Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome all to today's reading from Sri Caitanya Charitamrita. We've been reading from chapter 8 of the Madhya Lila, talks between Caitanya Mahāprabhu and Sri Rāmānanda Rāya. And we will continue reading from verse number 250 from chapter 8. Hukam karoti vachalam pangum langhete girim yat kripatamam bande Shri Gurum Din Tarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Caitanya Ishwaram Hari Om. That's all. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Verse 250. गान मध्ये कौन गान जीवेर निज धर्म राधा कृष्णेर प्रेम केली ये गीतेर मर्म. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next asked Rāmānanda Rāya, among many songs, which song is to be considered the actual religion of the living entity? Purport: Rāmānanda Rāya replied, that song describing the loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna is superior to all other songs, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 33, verse 36. Anugrahya bhaktanam manusham deham asthitah bhajate tadrishah krida yaha shrutva tatparo bhavet. Lord Krishna descends apparently as a human being, and he exhibits his transcendental pastimes in Vrindavan so that the conditioned soul may be attracted to hearing his transcendental activities. Non-devotees are strictly prohibited from participating in songs celebrating the loving affair of Radha and Krishna. Unless one is a devotee, it is very dangerous to hear the songs about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna that were written by Jayadev Goswami, Chandidas and other exalted devotees. Lord Shiva drank an ocean of poison, but one should not imitate this. One must first become a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Only then can one enjoy hearing the songs of Jayadev and relish transcendental bliss. If one simply imitates the activities of Lord Shiva and drinks poison, one will certainly meet with death. The talks between Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Rāmānanda Rāya are meant for advanced devotees only. Those who are on the mundane platform and who study these talks in order to put forward some thesis for a PhD will not be able to understand them. Instead, these conversations will have a poisonous effect. Verse 251. Shreyo madhe kona shreya jivera hai sha sar Krishna bhakta sang vina shreya nahi ar. Then Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu asked, out of all auspicious and beneficial activities, which is best for the living entity? Purport: by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rāmānanda Rāya replied, the only auspicious activity is association with the devotees of Krishna. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.30, Ata Atyantikam Kshemam Prichamu Bhavato Anagaha Samsare Asmin Kshanardho Api Satsangaha Sevadhir Nirnam. We are asking you to tell us what is the most perfect welfare activity. I think that in this material world, association with devotees, even if it be for a moment, is the greatest treasure house for mankind. Verse 252. Kanhara smarana jiva karibe anukshana Krishna nama guna lila pradhana smarana. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu asked, what should all living entities constantly remember? Rāmānanda Rāya replied, the chief objects of remembrance are always the Lord's holy name, qualities and pastimes. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.2.36 states, Tasmat sarvatmana rajan hari sarvatra sarvada shritovyaha kirtitavyascha smartavyo Bhagwan Nirnam. Shukadev Goswami concludes, the business of the living entity is to always remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In every circumstance, the Lord should be heard about, glorified and remembered by all human beings. Verse 253. Dhyaya madhe jivera kartavya kona dhyana Radha Krishna Padambuja Dhyana Pradhana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further inquired out of many types of meditation which is required for all living entities. Purport Srila Rāmānanda Rāya replied, the chief duty of every living entity is to meditate upon the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.14 states, Tasmad ekena manasa bhagwan sattvatam patihi shratovyaha kirti tavayascha dhyayah pujyash chanityada. Suta Goswami replied to the sages headed by Shaunak, everyone should be very attentively listen to the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should glorify his activities and meditate upon him regularly. Verse 254 Sarvatyaji Jivera Kartavya Kahan Vasa Rajabhumi Vrindavan Yahan Lila Rasa. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, where should the living entity live, abandoning all other places? Purport Rāmānanda Rāya replied, he should live in the holy place known as Vrindavan or Rajabhumi, where the Lord performed his Ras dance. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 10.47.61, Asam aho charan renu jusham aham shyam Vrindavane kim api gulma latau shadhinam ya dushyajam swajanam aryapatham cha hitva bhejur mukunda padavim shrutibhir vimrigyam. Uddhav said, let me become one of the Vrindavan's herbs and plants that are trampled by the gopis who gave up all connections with family and friends and decided to worship the lotus feet of Mukunda. Those lotus feet are sought by all great saintly persons expert in the study of Vedic literature. Verse 255 Shravana Madhye Jivera Kon Shreshta Shravana Radha Krishna Prema Keli Karana Rasayana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, out of all topics people listen to, which is the best for all living entities? Purport Rāmānanda Rāya replied, hearing about the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna is the most pleasing to the ear. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 10.33.39, Vikriditam Vraja Vadhubhir idam cha Vishnu Shraddhanvito Nushrunyo Yad Atha Varanayed Yaha Bhaktim Param Bhagavati Pratilabhya Kamam Ridrogam Ashva Apahinityo Apahinoti Achirena Dhiraha. He who faithfully hears about the dealings between Lord Krishna and the gopis in the Rasa dance, and he who describes these activities, attain to the perfectional stage of devotional service and simultaneously lose material lusty desires. A liberated person who hears about the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna is not inclined to have lusty desires. One mundane rogue once said that when the Vaishnavas chant the name of Radha Radha, he simply remembers a barber's wife named Radha. This is a practical example. Unless one is liberated, he should not try to hear about the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. If one is not liberated and listens to a relation of the Rasa dance, he may remember his own mundane activities and illicit connections with some woman whose name may also be Radha. In the conditioned stage, one should not even try to remember such things. By practicing the regulative principles, one should rise to the platform of spontaneous attraction for Krishna. Then and only then should one hear about Radha Krishna Lila. Although these affairs may be very pleasing both to the conditioned and to liberated souls, the conditioned soul should not try to hear them. The talks between Rāmānanda Rāya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are conducted on the platform of liberation. Verse 256 Upasyera Madhye Kon Upasya Pradhana Shreshta Upasya Yugal Radha Krishna Nam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, among all worshipable objects, which is the chief? Purport Rāmānanda Rāya replied, the chief worshipable object is only the name of Radha and Krishna, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. According to Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.22, Etavan eva loke asmin pumsam dharmah parah smritah bhakti yogo bhagavati tan nama grahana dibhihi. In this material world, the living entity only business is to accept the path of bhakti yoga and chant the holy name of Lord. Verse 257. So we are going to read verse number 257 now. I've just seem to have lost the page. Okay. Mukti bhukti vanshe ye kaha dunhara gati sthavara deha deva deha yaiche astiti. So mukti is liberation and bhukti. Bhukti is sense enjoyment, whereas we know bhakti is the devotional service. And what is the destination of those who desire liberation and those who desire sense gratification? Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu asked. Purport Rāmānanda replied, those who attempt to merge into the existence of the Supreme Lord will have to accept bodies like those of trees, and those who are overly inclined towards sense gratification will attain the bodies of demigods. Those who desire liberation by merging into the existence of God do not desire sense gratification within the material world. On the other hand, they have no information about serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Consequently, they are doomed to stand like trees for many thousands of years. Although trees are living entities, they are non-moving. The liberated soul who merges into the existence of the Lord is no better than the trees. Trees also stand in the Lord's existence because material energy and the Lord's energy are the same. Similarly, the Brahman effulgence is also the energy of the Supreme Lord. It is the same whether one remains in the Brahman effulgence or in the material energy, because in neither is there spiritual activity. Better situated are those who desire sense gratification and promotion to the heavenly planets. Such people want to enjoy themselves like denizens of heaven in the gardens of paradise. They at least retain their individuality in order to enjoy life. But the impersonalists who try to lose their individuality also lose both material and spiritual pleasure. The last destination of the Buddhist philosophers is to become just like a stone, which is immovable and has neither material nor spiritual activity. As far as the hard-working karmis are concerned, Srimad Bhagavatam states in the 11th canto, chapter 10, verse 23, Ishtveha devata yagneha swarlokam yati yajinakaha bhunjita devavat tatra bhogan divyan nijarjitan. After performing various sacrificial rituals for elevation to the heavenly planets, the karmis go there and enjoy themselves with the demigods to the extent that they have obtained the results of pious activities. In the Bhagavad-Gita 9.20 to 21, Lord Krishna states, Traya vidya mam soma paha puta papa yajnair ishtva swargatim prarthyante te punyam asadya surendra lokam ashnanti divyan divi deva bhogan tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martya lokam vishanti evam trayi dharmam anuprapanna gata gatam kama labhante. Those who study the Vedas and drink soma juice seeking the heavenly planets worship me indirectly, purified of sinful reactions. They take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. Therefore, after finishing the results of pious activities, the karmis return to this planet in the form of rain, and they begin their life as grass and plants in the evolutionary process. Verse 258. Arasa yakaka chuse ज्ञान निम्ब फले रसज्ञा कोकिला खाए प्रेमार मुकुले. Rāmānanda Rai continued, those who are devoid of all transcendental mellows are like the crows that suck the juice from the bitter fruits of the nimba tree of knowledge, whereas those who enjoy mellows are like the cuckoos who eat the buds of the mango tree of love of Godhead. Purport: the speculative process of empiric philosophy is as bitter as the fruit of the nimba tree. Tasting this fruit is the business of the crows. In other words, the philosophical process of realizing the absolute truth is a process taken up by the crow-like men, but the cuckoo-like devotees have very sweet voices with which to chant the holy name of the Lord and taste the sweet fruit of the mango tree of love of Godhead. Such devotees relish sweet mellows with the Lord. Verse 259. Abhagiya Gyani Aswade Shushka Gyan Krishna Premamrita Pan Kare Bhagyavan. Rāmānanda Rai concluded, the unfortunate empiric philosophers taste the dry process of philosophical knowledge, whereas the devotees regularly drink the nectar of love of Krishna. Therefore, they are the most fortunate of all. Verse 260. E mata dui jana Krishna katharase nritya geeta rodane haila ratri sheshe. In this way, Caitanya Mahāprabhu and Rāmānanda Rai passed the whole night relishing the mellows of Krishna Katha, topics about Krishna. While they were chanting, dancing and crying, the night ended. Verse 261. Dunhe nija nija karye chalila vihane sandhya kale rai asi milila ar dine. The next morning, they both departed to perform their respective duties, but in the evening, Rāmānanda Rai returned to meet the Lord again. Verse 262. Ishta Goshti Krishna Katha Kahi Keta Kshana Prabhu Pada Dhari Rai Kare Nivedana. That evening, after discussing the topics of Krishna for some time, Rāmānanda Rai caught hold of the lotus feet of the Lord and spoke as follows. Verse 263. Krishna Tattva, Radha Tattva, Prema Tattva, Sara, Rasa Tattva, Lila Tattva, Vividha Prakara. There is a variety of transcendental truths: the truth about Krishna, the truth about Radharani, the truth about the loving affairs, the truth about transcendental humors, and the truth about the Lord's pastimes. Verse 264. Eta Tattva Mora Chitte Kaile Prakashana Brahmake Veda Yena Padaila Narayana. You have manifested all these transcendental truths in my heart. This is exactly the way Narayan educated Lord Brahma. Purport: the heart of Brahma was enlightened by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the Vedic information given in the Shvetashvatar Upanishad 6.18. Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Ve Vedam Cha Parhinoti Tasmai Tam He Devam Atma Buddhi Prakasham Mukshur Vai Sharanam Aham Prapadye. Because I desire liberation, let me surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who first enlightened Lord Brahma in Vedic knowledge through Lord Brahma's heart. The Lord is the original source of all enlightenment and spiritual advancement. In this connection, one may also refer to Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9.30 to 35, 11.14.3 and 12th Canto 4.40 and 12th Canto 13.19. Verse 265. Antaryami Ishwarera e riti hai bahire na kahe vastu prakashe hridaye. Rāmānanda Rai continued, the supersoul within everyone's heart speaks not externally but from within. He instructs the devotees in all respects, and that is his way of instruction. Purport: here Sri Rāmānanda Rāya admits that Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu is the super soul. It is a super soul that inspires the devotee. Therefore, he is the original source of the Gayatri mantra, which states Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Savita is the original source of all intelligence. That Savita is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.4.22. Prachodita Yena Pura Saraswati Vitan Vatajasya Satim Smritim Ridi Swalakshana Pradurbhut Kila Sayat Same Rishinam Rishabha Prasidatam. May the Lord, who in the beginning of the creation amplified the potent knowledge of Brahma from within his heart and inspired him with full knowledge of creation and his own self, and who appeared to be generated from the mouth of Brahma, be pleased with me. This was spoken by Shukadeva Goswami when he invoked the blessings of Supreme Personality of Godhead before delivering Srimad Bhagavatam to Maharaj Parikshit. Verse 266. Janmadi asya yato anavyad itaratash chartheshva abhigyanah swarat tena brahma hridaya adi kavaye muyanti ya surya tejo vari midam yatha vinimayo yatra tri sargo amrisha dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. The translation goes like this. O my Lord Shri Krishna, son of Vasudev, O all-pervading personality Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of creation, sustenance and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all the manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representation of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universe, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of material nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representation of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Purport: this is the opening invocation of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the first verse of the first canto from the first chapter, 1.1.1. Verse 267. Eka samshaya mor achay hriday kripa kari kah mor tahira nishchay. Rāmānanda Rāya then said that he had but one doubt within his heart. Sorry, my page has flipped over. Let me just quickly get it back. Okay. Okay, we'll continue reading next time. Or shall we continue? I think I've got the page. It just seems to be flicking over. I'm aware that we are on verse number 267. Hopefully I can get it back. Yeah. So verse 267, Rāmānanda then said that he had but one doubt within his heart, and he petitioned the Lord, please be merciful upon me and just remove my doubt. Verse 268, Pahile dekhilun tomar sannyasi swarupa, ebe tuma dekhi muni shyama gopa roop. Rāmānanda then told Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu, at first I saw you appear like a sannyasi, but now I'm seeing you as Shyam Sundar, the cowherd boy. Verse 269, Tumar sammukhe dekhi kanchana pancharika, Tandra gora kantye, Tumar sarv anga dhaka. I now see you appearing like a golden doll, and your entire body appears covered by golden luster. Purple Shyamsundar is blackish, but here Rāmānanda Rai says that he saw Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu appear golden. The lustrous body of Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu was covered by the bodily complexion of Srimati Radharani. Verse 270, Tahate prakat dekhon savamshi vadana nana bhava chanchala tahe kamal nayan. I see that you are holding a flute to your mouth, and your lotus eyes are moving very restlessly due to various ecstasies. Verse 271, Aimata toma dekhi haya chamatkar akapate kaha prabhu karan ihar. I actually see you in this way, and this is very wonderful, my Lord. Please tell me without duplicity what is causing this. Verse 272, Prabhu kahe Krishna tomar gadha Gadha Premhaya Premar Swabhav E Janaha Nischaya. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, you have a deep love for Krishna, and one who has such deep ecstatic love for the Lord naturally sees things in such a way. Please take this from me to be certain. Verse 273, Ma Bhagavat Dekhe Sthavar Jangama Tahan Tahan Haya Tandra Shri Krishna Sphurana. A devotee advanced on the spiritual platform sees everything movable and inert as the Supreme Lord. For him, everything he sees here and there is but a manifestation of Lord Krishna. Verse 274, Sthavara Jangam Dekhe Na Dekhe Tar Murti Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Sfurti. The Mahabhagavad, the advanced devotee, certainly sees everything mobile and immobile, but he does not exactly sees their form. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees manifest sees their form. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees manifest the form of the Supreme Lord. Purport, due to this deep ecstatic love for Krishna, the Mahabhagavad sees Krishna everywhere and nothing else. This is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita 5.38. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Sanataha Sadevadiyeshu Vilokayanti. As soon as devotee sees something, be it movable or inert, he immediately remembers Krishna, and an advanced devotee is advanced in knowledge. This knowledge is very natural to a devotee, for he has already read the Bhagavad-Gita and how to awaken the Krishna consciousness according to where was I? According to Lord Krishna in Bhagavad-Gita 7.8, Raso aham apsu konteya prabhasmi shashi suryaha suryayoha pranavah sarva vedeshu shabdaha ke paurusham drishu. O son of Kunti, that is Arjun, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Thus, when a devotee drinks water or any other liquid, he immediately remembers Krishna. For a devotee, there is no difficulty in awakening Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day. Caitanya Mahāprabhu therefore says, Sthavar Jangam Dekhe na Dekhe Tara Murti Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. A saintly person and advanced devotee sees Krishna 24 hours a day and nothing else. As far as movable and inert things are concerned, a devotee sees them as all transformations of Lord's energy, as Lord Krishna states in Bhagavad-Gita 7.4. Umir abe abo anlo vidyoh Vayuh kam mano buddhir evacha ahankar iti yam me bhinna prakriti ashtadha. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, all together these right. Actually, nothing is separate from Krishna. When a devotee sees a tree, he knows that tree is a combination of two energies, material and spiritual. The inferior energy, which is material, forms the body of the tree. However, within the tree is a living entity, the spiritual part, which is the part and parcel of Krishna. Right. Within the tree is the living entity, the spiritual spark, which is the part and parcel of Krishna. This is the superior energy of Krishna within this world. Whatever living thing we see is simply a combination of these two energies. When an advanced devotee thinks of these energies, he immediately understands that they are manifestations of Supreme Lord. When an advanced devotee thinks of these energies, he immediately understands that they are the manifestations of Supreme Lord. As soon as we see the sunrise in the morning, we arise and set about doing our morning duties. Similarly, as soon as a devotee sees the energy of the Lord, he immediately remembers Lord Shri Krishna. This is explained in the verse Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. A devotee who has purified his existence through devotional service sees Krishna only. Krishna is right. As soon as we see the sun rising in the morning, we arise and set about to doing our morning duties. Well, a person, as soon as a devotee sees the energy of the Lord, he immediately remembers Lord Krishna. This is explained in the verse Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. This is explained in the verse Sarvatra Haya Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. A devotee who has purified his existence through devotional service sees only Krishna in every step of life. It's explained in the next verse, which is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.24 to 25. 11.2 to 2.45, verse 275. Sarva Bhuteshu Yah Pashyed Bhagwan Bhavam Atmana Bhavam Bhavani Bhagavati Atmani Bhutani Bhagavati Atmani Esha Bhagavato Tamaha. Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu continued, a person advanced in devotional service sees within everything the soul of the souls, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. Consequently, he sees always the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the cause of all causes and understands that all things are situated in him. Verse 276, Vanalatas Tarava Atmani Vishnum Vyanjayantaya Eva Pushpa Phaladhyaha Pranata Bhara Vitapa Madhu Dharaha Prema Rishta Tanavo Vashuyu Vavarishu Sma. The plants, creepers, and trees were full of trees and flowers due to ecstatic love of Krishna. Indeed, being so full, they were bowing down. They were inspired by such deep love for Krishna that they constantly pouring showers of honey. The way the gopis saw all the forests of Vrindavan. Purport this verse, which is from Bhagavatam 10th Canto, chapter 35, verse 9, is one of the songs of the gopis sang during Krishna's absence. In Krishna's absence, the gopis were always absorbed in thought of him. Similarly, the Mahābhagavad, the advanced devotee, sees everything in the potential serving Lord. Srila Rupa Goswami states, Prapanna Katya Buddhya Hari Sambandhi Vastuna Mumukshubhi Parityajo Vairagyam Phalavu Kathayate. The advanced devotee does not see anything as unconnected with Krishna. Unlike the Mayavadi philosophers, a devotee does not see the material world as false because he knows that everything in the material world is connected to Krishna. A devotee knows that unlike the Mayavadi philosophers, a devotee does not see the material world as false because he knows that everything in the material world is connected to Krishna. A devotee knows how to utilize everything in the service of Krishna, and this is characteristics of the Mahābhagavad. The gopis of plant, creepers, and forests loaded with fruits and flowers and serve Krishna. But a devotee knows how to utilize everything in the service of Krishna, and this is the characteristics of Mahābhagavad. The gopis of the plant, creepers, and forests loaded with fruits and flowers and ready to serve Krishna. In this way, they immediately remembered that their worshipable Lord Shri Krishna, they did not simply see plants, creepers, and trees the way a mundaner sees them. Mundaner is the ordinary person or the layman. Verse 277, Radha Krishna Tumar Mahaprema Haya Yahan Tahan Radha Krishna Tumar Furya. Okay, we will continue reading from verse number 277 next time. Thank you for joining. Aryam Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. We are only 2 sleeps away from Janmashtami this year. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai.